All right. We are live. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Trading Tortoise. This is Zab. And this morning broadcast, my first one of the week. We're going to go ahead some of our stocks, draw some levels. And that's going to be our day. All right. So basically how this is going to work out is, let me open Notepad. Let's talk about certain things. Let's talk about our stocks. We're going to be looking at NASDAQ to see how that's doing. We're going to be looking at our predictions, what the predictions are of each and every stock, trade ideas, to see if we're going in calls and puts, and then we're going to talk about our risk and reward ratio. So these are the four things that we'll be focusing on in this stream. This will run about, I assume, 15-20 minutes. Shouldn't take us too long. A lot of these things have been made before, so we're just going to have to focus on that. All right, so let's just jump right into it. So the first stock that we're going to go over is Tesla. Long-time favorite, Tesla stock. And let me pull up some numbers here. Pull up some numbers. All right. Cool. Let's start on the daily. Let's look at Tesla, what Tesla is doing. So Tesla is reaching a downtrend trend line right here. A very crucial point right around this price point. Right around this range. We have a low downtrend on the daily time frame. So we have to focus on that too. We have, let's look at the 4-hour chart. Tesla is starting to, we can see just a little bit higher up. We are currently at 287. It's going to reach at 291. We have to be very careful what Tesla does over here. At the 292 mark. If Tesla holds 292, if Tesla breaks 292, we're going to wait for it to retest 292. And then we will continue to go in calls. That's the first agenda for today. So I'm going to head and actually just make a note here. If Tesla breaks 292, go in calls. Okay. But other than that, it might look for a bounce right around here. So we have to be careful with that. Let's look at Tesla 15-minute chart here to see what that is doing. So on the 15-minute, we see that bull flag. There was a bull flag. It had a breakout of the bull flag. It continued to rise up. This is what we can look for today. That's what we care about. See, that line is just too close. It's just too close. Too close. So the two plays that we can look for today. The first one, honestly, I'm just comfortable in playing Tesla puts if it bounces off of my daily trend line. That's the only play that I can think about. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna mark here at 291. Let's see. 292. Set on the Lord at 292. All right. Maybe a little higher up. That's fine. 297 is fine. We can go in calls on open on Tesla. That's fine. If it breaks yesterday's high, we can go in calls. This is what we're looking for. Retest this and then go all the way up. This is what we can look for on Tesla for the day. Okay, yesterday's high is at 285. It brings down to 285. Let me pull up my price point right here. And then we can go in calls. But over here, we have to get out of calls. We gotta be careful that we're not in calls on that point on. So that's my Tesla play. Let's go check out NVIDIA. Okay. Let's check out NVIDIA. All right, let's look at the 15-minute time frame, what NVIDIA is doing. NVIDIA is still holding up the uptrend nice and steady. It hit some higher highs. We might look for some down back break of it down here. And then we can go in puts. So, okay. 450.50 is the level for NVIDIA that we're looking for. And if it retests this level, this is yesterday's low. We're looking for a break of yesterday's low, retest 450.50, and then we will go in puts. So add an alert here. Break and retest of yesterday's low. Go puts. Okay, puts here, and then obviously this is the supporting line for the 15-minute time frame. If this continues to fall here, we're gonna look for calls, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. I put an alert here just in case it bounces off of this level, but we can look for calls around this level. Okay, that's NVIDIA. Let's look at Microsoft. So Microsoft is at a point where it's rejecting this range over here. The 351. The 351. It never got to 352, right? So Microsoft is rejecting 352. So, all right. So since these are the higher of days in the past couple of days, we can look for a bounce right here, and we can go in actual calls right around this side. So let me add an alert on Microsoft. Calls on 343.48. Remember, this is a 15-minute time frame that we are looking for. And we're looking at calls at 343.48 on Microsoft. It goes down. We're looking for calls. 15-minute time frame. Nice and easy. AMD. Okay. Let me clean this up a little bit. What did AMD do? Bounce off of yesterday's low. Continuation of going up. It went up and came right back down. Probably by the news, if I assume. We want to watch what AMD would do and just be careful of what it's going to be doing. But overall, we have to be careful. And after that happens, I think we can go in calls. So I just want to see what AMD would do around this price alert. Okay. Just want to see if it comes back down here. You know what? A cool thing would be, now that I'm looking at this trend line over here, a cool thing would be AMD would break this and it would come all the way down to 112. And then we can look for a bounce back to 112. Right around here. Let me add an alert here and let me write down my thoughts because I forget. Looking for a bounce off of bull flag trend line. Go in calls. Okay. Look at that. My Spotify is in ads right now. Let me. Oh my god. Let me lower it down. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, so that is our thing. Okay, we're good on AMD. AMD basically break of yesterday's low at 11570. We can go in puts. Okay. We can go in puts right here. Break of yesterday's. We can go in puts. Okay. The only reason why we would go in calls in AMD if this will continue to go up. Bounce off of this trend line. These are the two plays of AMD that I'm looking for. Let's check out Apple. What's Apple doing? Apple looks like it's holding up really well. It's starting to like go up. Some of the levels we want to watch out for is this, the 192.69 and then 194.46. So these are the two levels that Apple can bounce off of. So if we do in calls, we have to just watch out for these two levels. It already broke yesterday's high, so we can wait for it to retest and just go in Apple calls. That's something that we have to be careful about. So let me add one over here. Add alert on Apple 192. Okay, just be careful. And continuation of calls. Okay, can add that over here. Thank you, Shio. Hopefully you're following alongside me, bro. Hopefully you're following. All right. Break and retest of yesterday's high. Go all the way up. And then continuation of calls. That's what we're looking for, Apple. It's safe to say that we can go in calls in Apple. It's in an uptrend. Even if it goes down on open, we will still looking for it to bounce back to around this place. These are invalid, so we can remove this. We'll keep this one. All right, let's look at Amazon. Ooh, what is Amazon doing? Curious to see what Amazon down is. So at an all-time high of this level. So it looks like it rejected this price point on. Very close to that all-time high. Break and retest of yesterday's low. Around 134. If this breaks 134, we're gonna go in puts. We're gonna go in puts and we're gonna wait for it to bounce back at 129. Puts here. That's what we're going to be looking for. This is the area where it can hold, come back down to here. Puts here. Let me just add another comment right here. Calls here. So the two Amazon stuff you want to make out for is 134. Below 134 puts. At 132 calls. So there's not a gap here, but a nice 10-15% scale up would be good. Meta. Okay. Let me delete the previous stuff. Alright, looks like Meta is going in a pretty solid uptrend on the 15-minute mark. The only thing I care about is Meta here is if it comes back to around this level, the 298 level. And the only thing we want to worry about on the 298 level for Meta is if it bounces on the 15-minute trend line, go in calls. That's going to be a nice, if it bounces off the trend line, it's going to be a nice 25%, 30% run for Meta. So it's at 305. You know what? What we can do actually is we can go and puts here too. 204, 202. We can go and puts here too if you wanna see what Meta will do. Add alert here. Oh man. It won't let me add anymore alerts. That's okay, I can delete some. Remove. Yes. Delete. All right. So for Meta, if it bounces, go in calls. I'm gonna add an alert here. And just gonna add it. Go in puts. Go in puts if this breaks. So I'm looking for Meta to break the 304 level. If it breaks it, then we will go into our puts. That's what the plan is. Okay. Let's look at Google. What is Google doing? So it didn't break the 127 mark. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this alert. All right. Looks like it rejected the 127 mark. It came back down. Let me zoom out a little bit. I think 126. I think this analysis still holds because if Google stays up 120. Yeah. 126.80. If Google holds 126.80, we're gonna go in calls here. Go in calls if Google holds the 127 level. Okay. So that's what we're looking for. JPM. My good old JPM. How many? do I have on Tesla? This breaks. Wait, let me look at the 15-minute. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna delete. Wait. To delete this alert because I need one for JPM. JPM broke a trend. It broke a downtrend. Ooh. Puts below here. Oh, this is simple. This is easy. Puts below 148.50. That's what we're looking for. Nice and easy. If JPM breaks this, we're looking for puts below 148.50. That's it. Netflix. Similar thing for Netflix. It didn't pass all the way up. Remove this. Similar thing for Netflix. On a 15-minute time frame, it broke our uptrend. It's looking to go on a downtrend. So let's remove this. Let me put an alert down here. And puts below 439. Okay, so break of yesterday's low, retest of yesterday's low, and then it'll go all the way down. All right, let's look at the fun stuff. SPY. What is SPY doing? What is SPY doing? On the 15-minute time frame, I just want to make sure my trend line is solid. Okay. I'm drawing out my trend line on SPY right now. Just want to make sure this is good. Okay. Yeah, you know what? If SPY breaks below this trend line, we're gonna go in puts. I do want it to retest though. So I do want it to retest. I do want it to retest. So we're gonna put a comment in. Break of 15-minute trend line. Retest that trend line. And go in puts. Okay. The actual number we're looking for is 448. Okay. And I think that's everything. That is everything. That is all the stocks that I'll be looking for the day. We have plenty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 stocks. We're going to be playing both sides today, calls and puts. Just want to look at my checklist, make sure everything is good. I'm watching the NASDAQ levels too. We went over our stocks. We went over the NASDAQ. Well, NASDAQ I'll be watching. We went over our predictions, calls or puts. The trade ideas, risk reward. My position size is going to be strictly $60 to $70 all day today. On my main account, depending on how my position is doing, I might go in with 10-15% of my total account portfolio. That's going to be happening on my main account. My Robinhood account I'll be looking for is strictly $60 to $70 worth of position. If they go well, I will transfer it to my main account and I will play it big. But the focus is to keep it $60 and $70 and see how it works out. The big plays, we already know some of them are. The big plays is pullback on Tesla. Wait for it to retest the 285 level. It pulls back. We can go in calls. We can see good positioning over here. That's something that we can look for. Okay. AMD might be a nice one. If this breaks below 115, that might give us a good profit. So overall, couple positions in the market for the day. Those were my levels. I will see you guys tomorrow around the same time. Have a great day. Happy trading. Until next time, guys. Thank you for joining, Shio. Bye-bye.